Welcome to the Relaxed Dog Podcast, the podcast where the dogs are the stars of the show. Welcome to episode 19 of the Relaxed Dog Podcast, sponsored by The Relaxed Dog. Thank you for listening. I am your host, Robert Ober, and I hope that you and your dog are well. This week, I'll be speaking to a delightful young lady by the name of Alexandra, and she's going to tell us all about her Amstaff Iggy. But first, in some dog news, news agency WAM has reported that in the UAE, they have become the first country to trial the use of sniffer dogs in the airports to detect COVID-19 on passengers. And they're doing it in a safe way so that the dogs don't actually interact with any of the travellers. They apparently do an underarm swab and then present that to the dogs in a safe way, and in a matter of seconds they can get an indication on whether that person needs to undergo further testing. Apparently it's around about a 92% accuracy level. So there you go. A lot of other countries are doing further trials in that area. Over in California, a sanitation worker, or Garbo as we call them here in Australia, was putting some bins back up the driveway of a resident, and he came across 11-year-old Sandy, who was very animated and barking and darting and looking off in a direction of the yard. He was a little bit sort of suspicious as why the dog was doing that. He looked, followed the gaze, got the feeling the dog wanted to show him something, and entered the yard and found 88-year-old female resident had fallen over in the yard and couldn't get up and was just sitting there, and was very grateful that her dog Sandy got the attention of someone else to help her up. Well done, Sandy. And to finish up, in Germany, the government is set to introduce what they're calling the Animal Welfare Dog Regulation rules, which are basically saying that the dogs have needs and they need to be met. And if you own a dog, you have to take them out for regular walks, and that you can't keep them chained up or on the lead for long periods of time. So it's going to be an interesting one to follow, that one, I think. I'll see if I can make sure I keep you guys up to date on that one. And now, this week's interview. Hey, welcome to the Relaxed Dog Podcast. I am here with Alexandra, and we are going to chat all about Iggy. So, welcome to the show.
Well, Robert, thank you so much for your invitation. I'm so excited to talk about one of the favorite, people, if I can say, that I have in my life, which is Iggy. He's just my little kid, so of course, I'm happy to be here.
And I am very excited to chat with you about Iggy. So, we always usually start, if you can take us back to time just before you got Iggy and talk about the events leading to you guys connecting.
Okay, so that is kind of a funny story. So the original owner is my best friend, Jose, that's his name. And Jose wanted a dog. We live in California. So for a long time, we used to live in San Francisco, which, is a hectic city. It's really busy. So we didn't have time to have a dog. And I say we because we used to live together. I mean, he's my best friend, but honestly, he's like my family. So we were always busy, and we were students at that point, so we didn't have time to have a dog. So when we moved to Sacramento back in 2002, the first thing that Jose wanted was to get a dog because we finally got, a bigger house. It was, it had patio. So he was so excited to get a dog. And we used to live in different places. I mean, Jose had his own house and I had mine. But it was just like in the same complex, in the same, community complex. So we were just like, the only thing that divided the two places was like a pool. So Jose is like, I'm ready. But he wanted to get an Staffordshire Bull Terrier. So he called a breeder down in Texas. And they told him, yes, we can give you one, but the waiting list is for 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
So Jose was like, okay, that's okay. I'll give you my deposit and I'll wait. So anyways, he gave them like the down payment and he waited for like 5 months. And at that mark, they called him and they say, okay, so here is the deal. We don't have, this breed yet. You still have to wait. But we just have a dog that it was returned to us. I know they returned Iggy. So the reason why this dog was returned is because they sent him to a ranch. And in the ranch, they used to grow ostrich.
Okay.
And the ostriches, they kick Iggy all the time. So the owners of the ranch, they were afraid that the ostriches were going to like hurt him really bad. So they say, no, I mean, he's not going to chase them. Actually, they are the ones that are going to chase him. So we have to send him back. So they call Jose and they say, he's really sweet. But I mean, he's not fit to live in a ranch. So Jose said, that's okay. Send him to me. So that's how we were so lucky to get Iggy. So he got to Jose when he was only 4 months old, and he got to us because he was kicked out of a ranch.
Kicked out by the ostriches.
Kicked out by the ostriches, and he still has a scar.
Oh.
Yes.
Now that's a very interesting story to tell about a scar.
Yes, that's right. So that's the only fight that he has had in his life. So yeah, we were really lucky, and he has been with the two of us since then, and he's now 14 years, 14 and a half actually.
A distinguished gentleman.
Yes, he is, and he's just the sweetest.
How did he go when he first came into the complex?
Well, he was, of course, full of energy. He was really active. He was excited. He was playful. But mainly he was just so sweet. And he was so trainable. So Jose, he had worked with dogs, and actually he used to train dogs. So we were really lucky because Iggy was so open to be trained and so open to follow rules. And Jose he's really sweet, but he's also a really strict dad. So Iggy just grew up really happy, but following some rules. He never got to chew, I don't know, shoes or furniture or nothing like that. So he has been honestly a joy to have. And I think the adjustment was really easy, really, really easy. And he has been really healthy. So we are so happy and blessed to have him, with such a good health.
Okay. So did he get to relax any of the rules when he went from Jose's apartment to yours?
Well, no, not at all. This kid, he has been really lucky because he grew up his whole life having 2 places to live. So if he was with Jose, of course he will have his area, his bed, his toys, his food, and then he will go to mine, and he knew exactly where to go. He had his own bed, his own dishes, his food. So he was like, that's great. I have 2 houses, and he always grew up like that. And now, a couple of years ago, we actually decided to live together with Jose because we have a couple of things that we share, like a couple of businesses. So I have been lucky to live with Iggy every day for the last 4 years. So that's great. It had worked out really good. Yes. But one of the things that is funny that maybe I can share also here is that Jose, probably when Iggy was, I probably think that he was maybe 5 or 6 years old. Jose used to travel a lot for work. So he had to go out of town all the time, especially on weekends. So Iggy will come to my house and he will stay there. And he loved it. But whenever his dad was away for more than a week, he will start getting really, really sad and he will stop eating. So we will have to sit on the floor and feed him by hand. Otherwise, he wouldn't eat.
Oh, no.
I know.
Oh, no. So, were there any other dogs in the complex when he was young, when he first sort of got
Yes, there were few, but Iggy wasn't. I think he likes to be the only kid around, the only child. So he's friendly, but he's not like the type that wants to be around dogs all the time. He likes to be, by himself. He's not good about sharing toys. He likes to have his own toys. So
there?
yeah, whenever we went out for a walk and we will walk around like the block, and it's an area that is really nice to go for a walks actually. We will see other dogs and they will kind of smell each other and everything, and then Iggy will ignore them and keep walking. It's like, okay, I'm done, let's go. So yes, but he really got to enjoy also like dog parks, that we used to have a lot of dog parks around the area where we used to live. So we will take him there and he will socialize for a little bit. But then he was like, okay, I'm done playing with other dogs. Now I want to exercise. I'm here and you are here. So you better start playing with me. I'm ready for you. So yeah, so that's Iggy. He has been, I don't know why, but he craves more human interaction. So he loves having
Mm-hmm.
people around. And if you are here, he demands that you pet him. I mean, it's like, how dare you come to my house and you don't pet me? I mean, I'm here, and he will sit, between your legs, and he will move his face, kind of grabbing your arm. I mean, not chewing, but like pushing your arm with the head, so you will pet him.
Very nice. So he didn't really have any sort of like close doggy friends that he sort of like tolerated more than
Not
others?
really. As I said, I mean, we have a couple of neighbors that used to have dogs, but he will get. l- eh, I I can't say tired because it wasn't tired like physically. It was more like bored. Like, okay, I don't really find any entertainment here. Just I want to play with a grown up. So he will love to go to the park and we
Mm-hmm.
will throw the frisbee and he will run. But he wasn't really good. I don't know why. Good about playing for a long time or extended periods of time with other dogs. As I said, he prefers human interaction. So, okay, we will give him all the attention that he wants.
Oh, nice. So what was his sort of like favorite toys and things? So you mentioned the
Frisbee,
frisbee.
yeah. Especially when he was younger, he used to love, playing frisbee, chasing things, catching a ball, and just jumping. I mean, running throughout the patio and jumping. Like he could jump really, really high for no reason. We have a couple of pictures actually that are funny, where he's just jumping, like really high, and that was his entertainment. But he still has one of the favorite toys, and it's kind of a funny story. We call that toy his girlfriend because it's a stuffed little girl that we bought for him. Oh gosh, maybe like 6 years ago. And she is like this cute thing with big eyes. She has black hair. Um, she doesn't have a dress, but it's more like a painted dress. So it looks like she has a dress.
Mm-hmm.
And since we got that little girl, Iggy has always, sleep with his girlfriend. He will play with it during the day, and then he will grab the little doll to his bed at night. So, after watching the little doll and having it for so many years, I was like, Jose, I think we should look for a new one. So I was looking for one kind of similar, and I didn't find one. But I found one that it was kind of close enough, but it had different hair. I mean, different color of hair, and it had like a different dress. So I got her the new doll, and he absolutely hated it. He hated that doll, and he was not having it. He's like, no, where is my girlfriend? I just want that one. So we had to like go and find the old girlfriend, because we had already like put it away. We were gonna give it away. I mean, I'm happy that we didn't give it away right away. We were kind of holding and kind of collecting a couple of things to just give it away. I'm sorry, to give away a couple of things. And no, we had to go to the box, dig out his girlfriend, and return it to him. And he's still having the girlfriend, the original one. Very loyal.
Nice. Well, I'm guessing he treats her very well too. If she's
I
held
know,
up
right? Yeah, she's fine. I mean, we have to do a couple of things here and there, but actually she's fine, and we have been able to like put her through the washer machine so many times. She's still okay. Yeah.
Oh, and it's Iggy do anything different after she's been through the wash?
No. That's funny. We will always thought that maybe like the smell or like the detergent, it was something that he was gonna avoid at least for a couple of days. And no, he just embraces his girlfriend. Right after the dryer, she's fine, and he's ready to play with her. Yes, my little boy. He's very, very particular.
So does Iggy have any favorite walks around your area?
Yeah, there are plenty of places. We live outside of Sacramento, and there are a lot of rivers. So when he was younger, he used to love and just jump in the river, get wet, swim, everything that it was outdoors, he loved it. Like for every birthday, as probably the people listening can tell, he's really spoiled. But for every birthday, we will go camping, because that was one of his favorite activities. So we will take him camping, and we will go, to places that had water. He always had to have water, like either a lake, a river, whatever, but he had to have water. So yeah, we used to take him a lot there. Now that he's older, he's not so much into swimming, but he just loves walking close to water, like so close to the river. He loves to go to the park. There is a park that is close by, that it has like a really nice pathway, and all the way throughout the pathway you can see water. So he loves that. He loves to go to the park, and he can go a couple of rounds around, but he gets tired easily, so he just sits and he rests, and then he's ready to go again. But yeah, he loves the outdoors.
Okay. Did you take him to the beach much at all?
This guy. With Jose, we started a business maybe like 5 years ago. And in the beginning, we were required to like travel a lot. So we had to go and sell our products to different like boutiques. And in the beginning, I was like, Jose, maybe we should, like live Iggy behind so he can stay in the house and he will have, somebody that he knows and he doesn't have to be like in the car all day because we will take the car and it was just selling everywhere. And he's like, no, I think he will do fine, just traveling and being in the car. So we did for probably like 2 years. Every time that we had to go out of town and we will have a long trip. And basically we were just driving because we had to take the product with us. Iggy will go with us. He will go with us and he will stay with us. I remember one specifically that it was from Sacramento to San Diego, California. It's 11 hours by car. And I was like, Jose, I can't do that to Iggy. I don't think that it's fair with him, 11 hours in the car. And of course, we will stop and everything. But he's like, no, I'm sure he will do fine. Oh my God, that kid loves road trips. Take him wherever and whenever. He's ready. Like whenever he starts seeing us carrying suitcases, he's the first one to sit by the door. He's like, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready to go. Just put the leash on. I'm ready to jump in the car. So yeah, he loves traveling. As I say, he's really good, which is a good thing, especially, in that situation that we were, a couple of years ago that we had to go. We had to, take these road trips and go and sell our products. We were really glad and happy that Iggy adjusted so well to that kind of traveling, and he did super well. And he can be in the car for many hours. He doesn't get dizzy. Whenever we stopped, I think we have to stop more for me than for Iggy. But whenever we stop, he's happy to go outside. And every city that had a beach, we had to go and take Iggy, of course. So he will jump in the sand and play there. So yeah, he loves that. He loves traveling.
Oh, nice. What's his spot?
It depends. He has been in every spot. I remember a trip that we had to take to Las Vegas. I think it was last year. And we were traveling with other people. It was like a trade show that we were going. And for that particular trip, Iggy, we had all the suitcases in the back of the car. So Iggy was traveling in front, in the front with us, and he was fine. Just give him a window, he's happy, whatever. But usually he likes to go more in the on the trunk because it has a lot of windows. So he loves to travel there because he's always watching the cars behind him and just, looking at the people. So he gets really excited when he sees, like a lot of stimulus, like people, cars, colors, places, trees. So he's always watching. And then if he gets tired, he just relaxes. And then we see his little head going up again. So yeah, that's his favorite place. But he's okay if he has to go in any other seat. Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. And
I remember once when for our dog Marley, when we went away somewhere, and she's always been in the back seat. When she was a pup, we put her in the back. We had like a station wagon type thing, and she got a bit sick. Put her in the back seat, no problem. And anyway, we were away with some friends, and we were going to go somewhere. So the people got in the back seat and sort of like opened the back door for the boot, and she just sat there and went, "No, I don't go there. That's where you put your shopping. Why is everyone in my seat? Got to get them to move." And it took a while for us to rearrange a few things for her to get happy to get back.
That is so cute. That is so cute. I remember a couple of years ago, I used to have a PT Cruiser. I don't know if you know that kind of car. That is a small car, but it has, like the whole back. I used to remove, it has like a little tray where you can hang like the plastic bags and everything. And I never used the plastic like that little tray because that was Iggy's place. So I remember whenever I used to park and Jose had Iggy outside, sometimes I will park because I needed, other things, or I will need to get something out of the trunk, and Iggy will jump on the trunk. He's like, "Okay, great, you're here, let's go." And I'm like, "No, I'm just unloading the car, baby. No, no trip right now." And he will stay there. He's like, "No, this is my place. I'm ready." Yes.
Mm.
Oh, that's so cute. So, how old is Molly?
Marley's
Just
just
turned
turned 7.
7. Oh, that's
So, yes,
that's
half of
right.
Iggy.
That's right. Oh my goodness, time goes by so fast. I was, kind of searching for pictures to send you, and it just brought me back so many memories because there are so many pictures that I found on my different phones from a couple of years ago when Iggy was younger, and it's just amazing. I mean, I can't believe that it has been this long, and that he's 14 and a half. In next April he will be 15. Yeah,
Wow,
so
that's
a lot
cool.
of memories with that kid, a lot of memories.
Mhm.
Yes.
So, what about sleeping arrangement? Where does Iggy sort of sleep in the house now, and has that changed over the years?
No, well, okay, good question. Yes, now that I think of, yes, it has changed. So Iggy used to sleep in his own bed. He was never really good about sleeping with anyone. So he always had his own bed next to Jose's bed. So he will always sleep, you know, with somebody. Like if he was in my house, he will have his own place, his own bed. But he used to sleep with Jose all the time. Now, probably since last year, he doesn't like to have people in his room. So all of his life, he had two beds. One in the kitchen, that is where he likes to spend most of the day because it's sunny. He gets a lot of, like breeze and a nice sunshine during the day. So he loves staying there. And at night, he will go to Jose's room and he will sleep there. But yeah, probably for the last year, he has been enjoying just sleeping by himself in the kitchen. So he sleeps there. Yeah, he sleeps
Hmm.
there, and he likes to be. I guess he doesn't like to be awakened so early when his dad wakes up. So he's like, no, let me sleep in. I'm gonna have my own schedule now. I'm not ready to jump, at 5:30 or 6 in the morning. I like to sleep in. So now he likes to sleep in the kitchen. Yeah. But in his bed.
Okay. And that doesn't matter on the season or the temperature or
No,
anything like
no,
that?
it doesn't matter. I mean, actually, we we cover him with a lot of blankets, and he has actually a routine. I'm the one. Jose, he's a morning person. Like he's the kind of person that he's at 4:30 already working in his bed from his phone, and he wakes up. He gets up at 6. I'm the opposite. I'm more productive at night. At night is when I do a lot of like the editing for the podcast or writing if I need to. But in the morning, I'm not so awake. So I'm the one that always takes Iggy, late at night. So I take him to the patio to go party. And so every winter when it gets cold here in Sacramento, our routine is that I will take him out. He will go party. We will come back inside of the house. He will go straight to his bed, but he will sit in his bed waiting for me to cover him with the two big, huge blankets, put his girlfriend next to him, and then he will fall down. If I don't cover him, if I don't tackle him in, he's like, okay, no, wait. I'm not going to sleep. I'm going to be here awake. I'm going to wait until you really do the whole routine. So cute. And you will find him the next morning still, asleep there under the two blankets and just happy. Yeah, you can tell he's really spoiled. But I think,
Very nice.
every person that has a dog, I mean, we have so much love for them. and they are just a blessing in our lives, really. So I'm so happy that yes, I'm so happy that
Absolutely.
we have been able to give him so much love. Yes, and attention.
Uh, apart from his special girlfriend, you think Iggy has any sort of like a weird or individual habits?
So like any particular habits, like something that is different?
Yeah, anything that's sort of like particularly Iggy, or
Yes.
he doesn't
So
really
he
have
has
them?
a couple of habits that are kind of funny. One of those is that when he was younger, I mean, I love music. I'm from Colombia, so come on, I love music and I have to have music all the time. So for Iggy, in order to get a treat, I will tell Iggy, Iggy, dance. And he will move his feet to whatever music he was playing, and then he will get his treat. So I think it's so funny, and when my family come here and they visit from Colombia, they always do the same. It's like, okay, Iggy, dance. And he still does it, he still dances. So that's very cute. And the other thing is that Jose, now that Iggy's older, he's trying to cook for him. So he's trying to make, more natural things and no preservatives or anything. So he eats a lot of, things that are natural, but he hates vegetables. So don't give him
Oh.
like green beans. I mean, sometimes we were trying to give him a couple, specific kind of, vitamins or whatever. So we will like blend green beans. He hates them. He doesn't like the taste, so he wouldn't eat it. So no, he's very particular as far as what he eats. So no, he likes a couple, I mean, specific flavors on his food. Otherwise, he will leave it there. Yes.
Okay. How is he with, say, some vegetables and fruit?
No, fruit. I don't think that we have gave him fruit. No, we usually what Jose does is that he blends a couple of ingredients. But it's mainly like protein and vegetables. But good question. No, I don't think that we have gave him fruit. Maybe he likes it. Yes.
How has he been health-wise throughout?
We have been blessed, honestly. He has been really, really good. The only thing that he did, well, he didn't do it. He was playing in the patio, and we think that he got bitten by something. I mean, either a spider or an insect. We don't know. But one of his ear got really swollen. So we took him to the vet, and they, gave him a couple of medicine and everything, and they did a little surgery because he was getting infected. So they put a cone on him for like 3 weeks. And that was so funny. This guy hated the cone, but that has been like the only problem that we have had with him. So it was just that, and it was just something that it was out of our control. But otherwise, honestly, he has been really, really healthy. The only thing that we have been noticing the last couple of months, actually, is that his legs are starting to open a little bit, are getting a little wider. So we took him to the vet, and yeah, they think that is just, age. That is just the bones that are starting to get a little weaker. So they say, honestly, we don't recommend doing surgery or anything. Just if he's not in pain, which is good, it's just a matter of, aging. So just give him like fish oil and just let him, th- just rest whenever he wants to rest, and that's it. So yeah, no, we have been lucky. He has been really, really healthy.
He's obviously still doing the same things that he's been doing, but just a
That's
little
right.
bit slower.
That's right. A little bit slower. Especially he sleeps more. So, during the day, before, like even, so something that I want to share with your audience is that we have a podcast, and this time we wanted to include Iggy in one of our projects. So he has been always behind the scenes. When we started the other company, he has always, as I shared, he used to travel with us. He used to go in the car. He used to go and sell with us. But his name was never there. So for the podcast, it's like, no, we really want to honor him. And we want to name the podcast, Conversations with Alexandra, Jose, and Iggy too. So that's the name of the podcast. So it's kind of funny because it just in a year, we have seen a lot of changes. Last year, when we started the podcast, we told the audience, we said, you may hear, Iggy walking in the back. You may hear him, making noises, but that's something that we wanna keep in the podcast. We are not gonna edit it out. We wanna hear those noises, and it's kind of honoring him, for the rest of our lives, and be able to hear the noises. So last year you could hear, a lot of noise when we were recording. You will hear Iggy walking and Iggy breathing and Iggy, doing things. This last season, you don't really hear Iggy. Even when we record and Iggy's right here laying down next to us, he's just sleeping. He doesn't do a lot of things. So
Okay, so what do you think? He's either getting more professional with the podcasts, or he's getting bored with it.
You know what? Maybe he's getting more professional. Maybe he's like, oh no, he supervises us. He likes to supervise.
They're very good with.
Oh, he's extremely good at supervising.
And just going back, you mentioned all the travel with the sales. Was he part of your sales team or part of the sales presentation?
Well, Jose and I, we were the sales team. We were the sales presentation team. We were everything. So Iggy will go with us like door to door. So we will take our products to different boutiques in different places here in California, and we will just walk and ask for the, either the the manager or the person in charge of purchase. And we will just present our products. So Iggy was with us, walking around, walking every block in every city, going from boutique to boutique. So I think he was the image of the company. He was the one saying, hey, I'm cute, bye. Yeah.
Okay. So a question I asked all my guests is to complete the sentence, I can't believe my dog ate.
I can't believe my dog ate. Well, that one is a challenging question because, as I said, he was never into chewing furniture or chewing shoes or chewing anything. But something that he really likes, but like loves, are carrots. So I think probably I will say that because I haven't seen many dogs loving carrots.
Carrots are good. I thought you said he doesn't like vegetables.
I think that's the only thing. I think I don't even consider carrots anymore a vegetable because he just loves, and we have to chop them. Actually, the carrots he doesn't like when they are blended. We just have to chop them. And you will see Iggy walking around the house just with a piece of carrot in his little nose everywhere. That's kind of the statement right now. It's like a little piece of carrot in his nose.
Well, that's a good answer to the question. So obviously he's good outside. He doesn't pick up anything that he's not supposed to.
No, I think the only thing, of course, as I said in the beginning, I'm biased. So I think that he's cute and he's perfect. The only thing that I'm going to talk or that I'm going to say, that the only flaw that Iggy has is that he's resentful.
Oh, no, you're going to have to explain that a little
He
bit.
is resentful. One time, Jose had to go out of town, and I was meeting him, in another place. So Jose had to leave town. I think it was in the beginning of the week, and I was gonna meet Jose in that other city during the weekend. So Iggy stayed with me like Monday to Friday, and then for the weekend, we didn't. I mean, I wasn't gonna be there, so we took Iggy to a kennel. When he was little, I mean, he went a couple of times to this specific kennel that, we knew the people were so loving. So he grew up. I mean, I can't say he grew up, but he was okay going there whenever he needed to go there. So I told Iggy on Friday, I said, Iggy, we are gonna go in the car and we are gonna go for a ride. So I took Iggy and I took everything, his dishes, everything. We went in the car and we got to the kennel. And when we got to the kennel, he looked at me like, what? This is not a car ride. Are you leaving me? So whenever the person came, to receive Iggy, he absolutely ignored me. He didn't say bye, nothing. He just walked straight to those doors and is like, close the door behind you, woman. I don't want to see you. And he went inside to the kennel. So when we went to pick him up, Sunday night, he got so excited, of course, to see Jose again. And he was, all over Jose, and he was jumping and kissing him and everything. And he saw me and he just walked by and he ignored me. And he ignored me for 3 weeks. I will get next to him and he will walk away. Yes.
3 weeks.
How can they remember that? I mean, please explain me that. I don't think that dogs can have that kind of feelings. But for some reason, mine has. I don't know how can he remember. I mean, that was funny. So Jose always tease me. He's like, because you lie to him. Don't lie to him.
I think that's clever of Jose getting you to take him to the
I
kennel
had to
all the
do
time.
the dirty job. I was the bad one in the story.
But I'm sure you make up for it.
Absolutely. After he forgave me, I did. Because before I couldn't even get close to him. Yeah, so that's a funny story with Iggy. Yes. Yes.
Anything else that comes to mind to share about Iggy?
To share about Iggy. I love that I grew up in a city. I'm from Bogota, Colombia, and my city is pretty hectic. It's crazy. It's like worse than New York. It's fast paced. Everybody's running, and we get a lot of traffic. So people doesn't really think about getting a pet because everybody's so busy running, in and out of the house all day. So I didn't grow up with pets, and most of my friends didn't have a pet either. So in my household, there was never a pet. So my dad, I mean, all of our families, Jose's family and my family, they are still in our countries. Jose's from Chile and I'm from Colombia. So every time that our families come, they just absolutely love Iggy. And seeing my dad, which I never saw before, playing with a pet, just seeing him on the floor playing with Iggy, and they are always attached because whenever they are visiting, I mean, I have to go out, I have to keep working, so I have meetings, so I have to meet with clients, so my family stays with Iggy all day, and they are so attached. My dad adores Iggy, so it's so sweet that a dog can change somebody's belief sometimes, about pets in such a profound way. So my dad, every time that he texts, he always say, okay, either say hi to Jose or many blessings to Jose and Iggy, but it's always Iggy. And he says, he's very religious, and he says, no, I was, praying this morning, and I pray for, Jose and for you and for Iggy. Or Iggy's always included in the prayers. So it's so sweet. Yeah, it's so sweet that I see my family, embracing Iggy and loving him so much. And Iggy too. Iggy adores them. Like whenever they walk through out the door, whenever they get here, Iggy is the first one to jump and be so excited, and he doesn't want to leave them, and he want to be next to them, and they take him for walks. So he's just excited. So it's so cute that he has brought so much happiness, not only to Jose's life and my life, but also to our families, even when they are far away.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh. Yes, Robert. So yeah, we honestly we are so blessed, and it's so nice that you have this platform where we can share the love for our pets. It's amazing, and congratulations. And honestly, we wish you a lot of success because it's a great idea.
Thank you very much.
Yes, absolutely. And we can't wait to hear more about Mali in other episodes. Of course, I'm gonna subscribe.
Again, thank you very much for being my guest. It's been a pleasure hearing you chat all about Iggy.
Oh, Robert, thank you so much for the invitation. I have enjoyed it so much. It's so nice to get to talk with you and talk about, of course, Iggy, and the people listening to this. Let's support this podcast, honestly, because it's a great topic. It's something that we really enjoy. So I can't wait to see how far you're gonna take this project.
I hope it's going to go for a long, long time.
We hope so. Thank you, Robert, for having me.
Thank you very much again. Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much for listening. I hope that you enjoyed the show. If you did, and you don't want to miss out on any episodes, or you want to catch up on some previous ones, the easiest thing to do is just subscribe. And then also, why not tell a friend? So until next week, stay safe, and remember, your dog is family.